Hi, I'm Emma.
And I'm Joe. We're both from the UK. If you're watching this video, you are likely contemplating having IVF treatment abroad. This can be a scary and daunting prospect, as it was for the two of us. So we thought we'd make this video and share some of our experiences and why we ultimately ended up choosing New Life.
Okay, so when we decided we were going to go abroad, we'd already spoken to UK clinics, and then we started looking further afield. We did a lot of research around several clinics in Europe, and we narrowed it down to 3, to which we had video consultations. Our consultation with Krista and Dr. Davis really put me at ease, and I think before the consultation had finished, I'd pretty much made up my mind that these were the team that we were going to go with to help us on our journey, really. They came across very genuine, very knowledgeable. They answered all the questions that I had jotted down on a notepad to ask at the end, were all answered throughout the consultation, so it was very, very thorough.
I think the fact that they'd already done their research on us as well. They read both of our medical histories. They had questions that they wanted asking. Some of them we answered there and then. Some of them we had to go away and get answered. But they answered all of our questions and just put us very much at ease. So that I think pretty much sums up everything pre-treatment running up to that. And then we chose to go with New Life. They were brilliant all the way through, right through the planning stages, kept us informed, emailed us to make sure we were comfortable with everything, we understood everything, we were happy with the progress, the speed everything was progressing, and that we were kept up to date. But not just that, they were happy to advise on travel, accommodation. They've got sort of contacts or pharmacies in the UK that they
sort of work alongside.
Yeah, so I mean, without that knowledge, this whole process would have been a lot more stressful. We'd have been on the phone more often trying to find who had this medication, because obviously not every pharmacy is going to have all the medication you're going to need for your process. But the team at New Life seemed to know in the UK where to get it and sort of where to get the best sort of value for money. So again, yeah, it just really took a lot of the stress out of it. Then for me, I think the big thing on arriving in the clinic, it was very clean. It wasn't clinical. It felt like a really welcoming environment. Every time that we sort of arrived into the waiting room, we were addressed as Joe and Emma, not just Mr. and Mrs. Barton. It was very personal. And it was, the best way I can describe it is it was very welcoming. We were addressed by the whole team, but we usually saw the same person every time, which I think again just eased the stress levels quite a lot.
Then it's on to the treatment, which, I'll talk a little bit about because I went through the majority of the treatment in the clinic. What stood out for me is that it didn't matter how anxious I am, because you will be anxious whether it's your first time or your third time or your fourth time. The anxiety can be overwhelming sometimes, and every member of staff within the clinic is friendly. They help ground you, they give you confidence that everything will work out in the end. So supportive. I've had a number of meltdowns on our journey, and Krista has contacted us via phone to speak to me, to calm me down. They just really, really care about you as a person and getting you what you want ultimately, which is a family, and to become part of their extended family.
And as Emma touched on there, even if it's a non-urgent question, night or day, they are very quick to get back to you. One thing I found was sort of even out of hours, usually you send an email or a message, whatever it is you do, you've usually got an answer or a reply within the hour. And that, again, you're not left, like Emma says, you're already nervous, you're already apprehensive, you've already got 1,000,001 thoughts going on. The smallest little question can become quite a large worry, and to not be left hanging for longer than need be was just to, again, it's another part of just taking the stress out of the journey. But then, obviously, while you are going to be there, you're going to be in Greece for a number of days. Obviously, everybody's different. For our egg collection, we had to be in Greece for a minimum of 16 days. Now, there's a lot of time to fill in those 16 days. Obviously, you're backwards and forwards to the clinic. They're monitoring you. They're advising you. They're sort of keeping an eye on certain things. But there is a lot of time for you to kill. Now, obviously, you can do your own research, but there's no better knowledge than local knowledge. And they're more than happy. Yes, they're a busy clinic, but they're more than happy to give you the time to sit down with you and suggest places to go and eat, suggest places to go and see, sort of listen to what you're into, and sort of give you advice in that respect. Even down to taxis. We've been backwards and forwards a few times, and we were introduced to one of the local taxi services on our first trip, and we stuck with that company because the prices were fair, and so he was punctual. So I mean, they've even done their research into that aspect of it as well, which I think, for me, just gave me that element of trust with them.
Yeah, they know what it's like. They understand the anxieties, and they're there to reassure you. And they do a really good job. They have a lot of international patients, and I'm sure they go above and beyond for every single one of us.
Again, it's like I say, the smallest, your anxiety levels are that high, the smallest little worry, the smallest little niggle can be blown out of all proportion, and you can make it feel like it's a big problem. So I think the fact that New Life try to negate as many of those as possible by really putting you at ease and giving you the information you need when you need it just helps a lot. Personally, I would have no reservations in recommending New Life to anybody. They've been absolutely amazing for us, and yeah, I say no, I would recommend them to anybody.
Me too.
I think the last thing to say then is we both wish you luck on your journey, and say if you do choose New Life like us, I don't think you'll regret it.
You'll be in good hands.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Good luck.